The Legend of the Three Trees. Once upon a time, on a beautiful mountain, three tiny trees stood and dreamed of what they wanted to become when they grew up. The first little tree looked up at the stars, twinkling like diamonds in the night sky. "I want to be a treasure chest," it said. "I want to be filled with sparkling jewels and precious gold. People will open me and find beauty inside." The second little tree gazed at the river flowing to the ocean. "I want to be a strong ship," it said. "I want to travel mighty waters and carry kings and queens across the world. I will be the strongest ship ever, brave and bold." The third little tree looked down into the valley where busy men and women worked in a bustling village. "I want to grow tall and stay here on this mountain," it said. "I want to be the tallest tree in the forest so that everyone who sees me will think of heaven and God." Years passed, and the little trees grew tall. The dreams they had as tiny saplings stayed with them. They talked about their dreams often, especially on clear nights when the stars sparkled above them and the moonlight bathed the mountain in silver. One day, 3 woodcutters climbed the mountain. The first woodcutter looked at the first tree and said, "This tree is beautiful. It is perfect for me." With a few swoops of his axe, the first tree fell. The tree was happy, thinking it would become a treasure chest. The second woodcutter looked at the second tree and said, "This tree is strong. It is perfect for me." With a few swoops of his axe, the second tree fell. The tree was happy, thinking it would become a strong ship. The third woodcutter looked at the third tree and said, "I don't need anything special from my tree, so I'll take this one." With a few swoops of his axe, the third tree fell. The tree was sad because it knew it would not stay on the mountain to be tall and beautiful. The first tree rejoiced when the woodcutter brought it to a carpenter's shop. "Now, I will become a beautiful treasure chest," the tree thought. But the carpenter made the tree into a simple feed box for animals. The once beautiful tree was not covered with gold or filled with treasures. It was coated with sawdust and filled with hay for hungry farm animals. The tree felt disappointed and thought its dreams would never come true. The second tree smiled when the woodcutter took it to a shipyard. "Now, I will become a mighty ship," the tree thought. But no mighty ships were being built that day. Instead, the strong tree was hammered and sawed into a small fishing boat. Too small and weak to sail an ocean or even a river, it was taken to a little lake. The tree felt disappointed and thought its dreams would never come true. The third tree was confused when the woodcutter cut it into strong beams and left it in a lumberyard. "What happened?" the once tall tree wondered. "All I ever wanted was to stay on the mountain and point to God." The tree felt disappointed and thought its dreams would never come true. Many days and nights passed. The 3 trees nearly forgot their dreams. They waited and waited, feeling lost and useless. But one night, golden starlight poured over the first tree as a young woman placed her newborn baby in the feed box. "I wish I could make a cradle for him," her husband whispered. The mother squeezed his hand and smiled as the starlight shone on the smooth and sturdy wood. "This manger is beautiful," she said, and suddenly the first tree knew it was holding the greatest treasure in the world. The tree realized that its dream had come true in a way it had never imagined. It was a part of something very special, something that would be remembered forever. One evening, a tired traveler and his friends crowded into the old fishing boat. The traveler fell asleep as the second tree quietly sailed out into the lake. Soon, a thunderstorm arose and the little tree shuddered. It knew it did not have the strength to carry so many passengers safely through the wind and rain. The tired man awoke. He stood up, stretched out his hand, and said, "Peace." The storm stopped as quickly as it had begun, and suddenly, the second tree knew it was carrying the King of heaven and earth. The tree realized that its dream had come true in a way it had never imagined. It was a part of something very special, something that would be remembered forever. One Friday morning, the third tree was startled when its beams were yanked from the forgotten woodpile. It flinched as it was carried through an angry, jeering crowd. It shuddered when soldiers nailed a man's hands to it. It felt ugly and harsh and cruel. But on Sunday morning, when the sun rose and the earth trembled with joy beneath it, the third tree knew that God's love had changed everything. It had made the third tree strong. And every time people thought of the third tree, they would think of God. The tree realized that its dream had come true in a way it had never imagined. It was a part of something very special, something that would be remembered forever. The next time you feel down because you aren't getting what you want, sit tight and be happy, because God is thinking of something better to give you. Moral of the story: we learn that sometimes we might not get what we want right away, and that can make us feel sad. But if we wait and trust, something wonderful might happen that is even better than what we dreamed. We should always believe that good things are coming our way, just like the 3 trees. They ended up having very special purposes, even more amazing than they ever imagined. So let's be patient and trust that good things will happen for us too.